We honor and celebrate one of our own on his recent appointment as the economic advisor to the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's a renowned, amiable gentleman with enviable educational background. He had a first class in his first degree, a distinction in his master's degree both in economics, University of Ife, and a distinction in his doctorate degree, Oxford University in the United Kingdom. He is a visiting scholar, an advisor to the International Monetary Fund and the King's Institute. He won the Vice Chancellor's Prize as the best graduating PhD student, Oxford University. He won the prize for the best graduating student, master's degree. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dr. Benjamin Umar. Beside every successful man, they say there is a woman.
It was a very big occasion, and I had the fun of my life.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Mrs.
Tell me about it, okay? Congratulations, sir.
Thank you,
Congrats, madam.
Thanks a lot.
Sir, please, that's okay.
First class degree in business administration. She has a doctorate degree in international law and diplomacy. At present, she is a management consultant to 3
He's on the line.
Okay. Denzel. Hello, Denzel. How are you doing? I just got your message. Perfect timing.
He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid it as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows.
Yes, it's Isaiah 53. You read it from the Bible to me every day. By now I should know it. By the way, there's a song titled Surely He Hath Borne Our Grief by Mark Hayes.
Mark who?
Mark Hayes. You should know him.
I don't.
Yes.
How is she doing? She's fine, thank you. She's very good. She's been up and about.
Welcome, Mom.
How are you, sweetheart?
Fine. Did you succeed, Bob?
Yes, Robin. Oh, Mr. Musada. How have you been?
Fine.
Listen, have you seen Sophia today?
Yes, sir.
She's improving tremendously. She's She's looking so good and strong.
I'm so happy to hear this, doctor. Thank you.
What's the problem?
I'm sorry, doctor. I couldn't make it. I mean the money. Doctor, I tried everything. I did everything. I don't even know who to talk to.
We have discussed your matter. My team of doctors and the board. And they have shown great sense of understanding. Miss Eremosele, I want to tell you that with or without payment, the hospital is willing to administer treatment.
Oh, thank you, doctor. Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay. That's the least I can do for somebody I consider the most intelligent kid I've ever set eyes on. Her level of knowledge is so extraordinary. I marvel at her disposition. Have you ever heard of St. Clair's Foundation?
No, not really, doctor.
Well, I had the opportunity of discussing with Sophia. Well, it's a competition coming up in Lagos very soon. It's a quiz competition, and it's being organized by the Lagos State government in partnership with St. Clair's Foundation in France. I have been to the website, and I think it's genuine, and the price is very attractive, and I think that's what she needs now, better than any medicine you can give to her.
But doctor, I don't think she's strong enough for that kind of exercise now.
Miss Eremosele, all your daughter needs now, it's your support and encouragement.
I was with the doctor, okay? And he told me that both of you had a discussion about a quiz competition.
Yes, we did, Mom.
How did you learn about it?
I read it in the newspapers, Mom. Moreover, it's been on TV for a while now. Mom, I can win this.
Yes, Sophia.
For us.
I know you can win. But think about your condition. Do you know what it will cost me to move you to Lagos? I've not even paid your hospital bills.
But Mom, this is a good opportunity for us. What is at stake here is 1 million naira, a scholarship through to the university, and a trip to France to represent Nigeria in the international quiz competition. Mom, all these are enough to ginger me to victory.
Sophia, the problem is that nothing is free and fair in this country. The stakes are so high. People with long legs will go to any length to win. My legs are short.
But Mom, there are positive things about Nigeria too. There are honorable men here too. People like Dr. Donald. Most of all, my God has the longest legs. The only problem I have now is your support, Mom.
And I'm afraid you're not getting it. Just when I heaved a sigh of relief that you're getting better, you now want to put both of us through another round of stress. Come on, Sophia. No.
But Mom, I'm healed.
Sophia, you do not know what your mother is going through. You don't. I know that if I ask the doctor to help, he will. But I won't. The doctor has this whole hospital to run. He has his family to cater for. I won't. Sophia, help your mother. Please.
Where are you coming from?
From lesson, Dad. Dad, are you still up at this time?
I'm utterly disappointed in you, Julia. Go to bed. We will address this issue tomorrow.
Independence. That's the freedom to govern oneself.
Exactly. In other words, freedom to rule and freedom to lead.
So, who exactly made it possible for Nigeria? Was it Azikwe or Awolowo?
It was a collaborative effort from both sides. And some important Nigerians too. You will see them in your history book. Okay?
You look worried, Mom. Is everything alright?
Sweetheart, let me leave you. Good night.
Good night, Auntie.
Good night.
What is it, Mom?
There's a problem, sweetheart. Your father insists that you come to Abuja with him. He says that if I can't come, then I can't stop you from coming too.
But why? You promised that you'll convince him to allow me stay.
I did, but he stood his ground. He is fighting the thought of not seeing you every day. You know both of you are quite close.
But my school, most importantly, the quiz competition coming up, remember?
What quiz?
The national quiz competition coming up among secondary school female students, being organized by the Morgan Kids Concept and funded by the St. Blaise Foundation of France, in conjunction with the Lagos State government.
Okay, my love. I have no doubt that you can make it. It's just that your father, you might have to talk to him yourself. Huh?
The recession has no doubt affected the shares, and stocks around the world are on the decline. We should be taking advantage of what is happening in other parts of the world. But the banking reforms is not helping matters at all. When the results are out, I will contact you. Bye.
So, are you now selling?
No, my sweetheart, I am buying. And I'm buying big time. Oh, that's not my sweet angel. Is everything all right?
Everything is not alright.
Oh, then I'm in trouble. What is the problem?
2 months ago, during my birthday, you promised that as long as I do well in school, respect you and Mom, and remain focused, I could ask you of anything.
Yes, that still stands. But you forgot I also said, as long as it is beneficial to you.
Of course it is. Dad, I don't want to go to Abuja with you.
Oh no. That area is called GRA, Government Reserved Area. Please, go elsewhere. Change the topic, my dear.
But you said there's honor and dignity in promises kept.
But not this one. Every other thing but this one. You are coming with me to Abuja, and that's final.
Well, my school. Besides, I have a national quiz competition coming up in a few weeks. And any relocation will affect my concentration.
What competition?
The National Quiz Competition for Secondary School Students.
You mean the one on the network?
That's right. I can contest, Dad. We wrote a protest letter to the St. Blaise Foundation representative here in Nigeria. And the letter announced that any student between the ages of 12 to 16 can contest.
What? Wrote a protest letter at your age?
She wants to contest. She believes she can win, and I also believe that too. So, honey, let's just give her a chance.
Yes, I can, Dad. Please. I promise I'll not fail you.
Sharon, excuse us for a moment. Come on.
Remember, honor, dignity, and promises to nation.
Shall we pray, please? I want us to pray. God, please give me strength to bear this disappointment.
What have you done? What did you tell her? Now look at it. She's lost everything she has gained, including her self-confidence.
Doctor, I was just considering Bill we've been cured and the
Let me complain first. Let me complain first. Now she's feeling so sad and responsible for all the misfortune that has come your way. Now she's lost everything. Her baby is rising. No thanks to you.
Doctor, I just told her something to disabuse her mind concerning the competition.
You have succeeded in disabusing her health. No matter what you're going through, no matter whatever it is you're going through, you don't tell a sick child what you're going through. That's the essence of motherhood. That's the price you have to pay.
God, what am I going to do?
You just sit there and tell me, what am I going to do? She's your daughter. Why are you sitting down there open like a lost sheep?
Doctor,
Hey!
I cannot afford it.
Don't start. Let me worry about that. Go see your daughter.
Thank you. Ever since I gave birth to you, I have loved you like no other. I have cared for you like an angel that you are. I have consistently asked God to kill me instead, because I cannot cope if anything happens to you. Sophia, please forgive me. Please.
Since you are getting me scared.
If you have ever loved me, please do me this favor.
Just mention it, Mom. And it's done.
Sweetheart, I want you to prepare. Contest and win the quiz competition for me, please.
Is that all, Mom? That's as good as done.
I'll smile away, take me through the day.
Thank you.
Mom, I would like you to do me a favor as well.
Okay.
Please reach out and turn on the TV while I get the newspapers on the table. I've missed them.
Yes, ma'am.
By the way, how are you preparing for the competition?
Very well, Dad. I already have the syllabus on the topic to be treated during the first phase of the competition.
And she's already cracking down on that. Trust her, she doesn't even sleep until midnight these days.
I can't wait for the day, Dad. I promise I'll not fail you.
Your mother was here earlier today.
You know why?
Yes, to beg for Kingsley and Sheila, right?
No. She brought them back. She also came with her church members to pray for me.
You did what? You mean those rogues are still in my house? I don't want to get upset. I'll leave it till morning.
Donald, you have to take it easy on these kids. Just put them in your prayers.
That's the problem with people. That's exactly the problem with people. I have a niece and a nephew who do nothing but steal my money. And all I'm asked to do is put them in my prayers.
They will learn with time. They're still young.
Young? Did I hear you say young? Kingsley is 18. Sheila is 16. And I have a 12-year-old paralytic kid, whiz kid for that matter, who almost disowned her mother today because she couldn't come up with the funds for her to take part in a national quiz competition holding in Lagos. Sheila, she watches Channel O, reads fashion magazine. Now she doesn't even know about the competition. Now if anything happens tomorrow, they turn out to be robbers or outcasts, I will take the blame because people will end up saying, oh, because they are not your biological children.
Our pastor said, with God, all things are possible.
Remember, a win, she stays back. A loss, she relocates immediately to Abuja. The ball is in your court. Sharon, come on. Take care of yourself, okay?
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Don't be too busy to call me.
Do have a safe trip, huh?
Competition? Yes. Okay. Fourth floor. That way, please.
Fourth floor.
Yes.
Please, where is your elevator?
Unfortunately, madam, there is no elevator. You have to figure out a way of carrying her today. I'm sorry.
Okay, just hold on. Let me go look for her. I'll be right back.
Please sit.
Excuse me. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Silas Fawahimi. I'm the project coordinator here. I may help you, sir.
Pleasure. My name is Donald Falano. I'm here to register a child for the competition coming up next week.
Registration? Why are you coming this late? I mean, registration is almost over.
Oh, well, we're coming all the way from Port Harcourt, River State.
Oh, really? From Port Harcourt? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good, good, good. It will really be very interesting to have someone from outside of Lagos for this year's competition. So, where's your student now?
She's downstairs.
Downstairs? No, that's not the procedure. We need to see her physically to ascertain that she's not overaged.
Well, we have to go downstairs.
Why so? Why didn't you come up with her?
Because she's particularly not feeling too well.
Oh, really? Okay. Why not? Oh, my.
Oh, here she is. Her name is Sophia.
Where is she?
She here.
Dr. Donald, a disabled child?
No, she's not. She's a junior secondary school student of Rundle College for the Physically Challenged. And by the way, Mr. Silas, the word disabled has been expunged long from civilization by the United Nations. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, Dr. Donald, the organization does not have any particular preference for any category of contestant. But, I mean, certainly not children with disabilities.
Once again, that word has been expunged by the United
Nations.
Oh,
well, you know what I mean. Physically challenged.
But you haven't told me the reason yet.
See, Dr. Donald, maybe we are not understanding each other here. The competition in question is a highly intellectual exercise for students who are articulating and whose mental and physical capabilities allow for high degree of reasoning, intellectual exercise, not confined to the wheelchair.
Mr. Silas, do you think physical capabilities impairs intellectual capabilities. This girl you've seen here is very sound and articulate.
How old is she, by the way?
She'll be 13 in 6 months' time.
13. I see. I'm not promising anything. I say it is not entirely in my powers to determine eligibility for any particular contestant.
We're running short of time.
One Dr. Donald came all the way from Port Harcourt with this crippled and sick-looking girl of about 13, and he's insisting that we register her for the competition.
Crippled?
Yeah.
And where did you come from?
From some home for the crippled in Port Harcourt, I suppose.
This is not a child's game. He cannot bring a child whose concern is her health all the way from Port Harcourt. It is callous for any doctor worth his salt to allow a crippled and sickly child to be put under such physical and mental stress.
I told him that much.
I suggest that we give them a chance by hearing them out.
No. That would amount to losing focus on our part. I mean,
registering the girl will create a lot of credibility problem for the competition. This is a privilege
she's supposed not to miss.
No.
There's no Child Act or Child Right Act that forbids a cripple from being developed. Do you know what you are saying? What am I saying? She's a cripple.
Mentally and physically crippled. She is a cripple. She's crippled. Physically and mentally crippled. Give her a chance.
The St. Flair's Foundation is not a charity organization. It is an academically inclined organization that takes an interest in the lives and career of intelligent children who have profound academic potentiality, not disability. So until the focus changes from the former to the latter, we cannot allow physically disabled and mentally disabled children into the program. So, my position is that we give them enough money to take the child back to Port Harcourt safely.
I should see to that immediately.
Hey, how much is crippled?
What are you talking about? What do you think we're here for?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Morning.
Oh, yes, young man. Can we help you?
I'm Dr. Donald Fano. I brought the physically challenged child for registration.
Oh, very well. Please sit down.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Donald, what is your relationship with this child?
Well, I'm a doctor, mentor, and I'm a guardian.
Dr. Donald, what exactly do you know about Mr. St. Flair's Foundation, the funding organization for this competition?
Please do correct me if I'm wrong. St. Flair's organization was founded in 1956 by Henry St. Flair's and his wife Cecil as an independent, non-profit and non-governmental organization, and was originally funded with gifts and bequests from the family. It's directed by the Board of Trustees and has no connection whatsoever with the St. Flair's Auto Company. Its charter of establishment, November 12, 1967, says that it is for purely religious, scientific, literary, and educational purposes. And I also understand that you are organizing a free-for-all quiz competition for female secondary school students between the ages of 10 and 15.
Dr. Donald, you are correct to say that the competition is a free-for-all affair, but the foundation still has its limitations.
And that is with the physically challenged children?
Yes, with physically and mentally handicapped children. Crippled ones, for instance.
Ladies and gentlemen, my student is not mentally challenged. She's fit and strong and sound and intelligent and ready for the exercise. Please do give her a chance.
We would like to, but we can't. There are rules that we have to adhere to. Mr. Silas here will give you some money for your fare back to your base.
Oh, yes. Here. I have here 30,000 naira in cash. It will take care of all the inconveniences that this has cost you, the mother, and the kid. Do have a safe journey home, Dr. Dodaraj.
Dr. Dodaraj, I'll grab that report and see if I were you. That's a fat bonus.
You need this money more than we do. But I can assure you, I'll be back. Listen, I'm going back to see them again tomorrow.
God, now is the time to throw your weight around. Let them know who is in charge.
I came back here a second time, not because I did not hear you the first time, but to appeal to your consciences, ladies and gentlemen. Here, our result from primary school, from primary 1. She has never taken the second position.
My niece was taking the first position in my village, Agenebode. But when she came to Lagos, she was consigned to the 18th position. The standard is higher here than what you have in Port Harcourt, Donald. Not to talk of the school for the disabled.
And I believe that what they teach them in those places is how to feed themselves, how to use a wheelchair, how the blind inmates can use sticks to walk around, how not to soil themselves. There's really no serious intellectual exercise to tax the brain. Dr. Donald, we are not trying to depreciate the value of your ward. But come on, the truth must be told.
It is not a matter of position here, madam. All my girl is asking for is a right of participation. Look, let's not trivialize issues and make her feel like a third-class citizen. It is enough stress that she's confined to a wheelchair. This is all she's dreamt of, lived for, and hoped for. I left my job in Port Harcourt to come here because I believe it's a continuation of my medical services. Please, I beg of you, give her a chance.
Dr. Donald, I do not let sentiment influence the performance of my job. I understand your position, but your ward is disabled and there is no position for her in this competition. Just so that you realize how sympathetic we are to your cause, I am prepared to make a proposal to the St. Flairs Foundation to create a competition just like this one for disabled children. Then your charge can compete on a level playing field.
Just like the Paralympics for disabled athletes.
Paralysis is a complete loss or impairment of the ability to use voluntary muscles as a result of a disorder of the nervous system. It may be caused by injuries or tear that compresses the nerve. And it's usually hemorrhage, tumor, infection, or substance toxic to the nerves. Sophia's paralysis was caused by an infection which was not detected early enough, but ravaged her leg when she was just 4 years old. What happened to Sophia could happen to any child. So let's not begin to rubbish God's creation, because none of us here can replicate even a strand of hair. Sophia's sickness does not in any way affect her brain or her mental capabilities. But I must thank you all for your individual and collective efforts. But like I said before, I'll be back again.
As far as our records are concerned, this case is closed. Don't come back.
No. The next time I come here, you will be inviting me. Have a great day. This is injustice. This is not fair. Where is justice? This is not fair. Oh no.
So, what are we going to do now?
Nothing. Let's just wait and see how the drama unfolds. This is not fair. This is not fair.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that we all have been waiting for. We have, for the first phase of this competition, 12 contestants who have been found eligible after a thorough and painstaking screening process. Well, let me use this opportunity to thank the St. Flair's Foundation for this laudable project to avail our children the opportunity of expressing themselves academically. A big round of applause for St. Flair's Foundation. Thank you. Let me quickly introduce to you our 12 contestants. They are Nancy, Nika, Bimbo, Aisha, Emma, Lulu, Angela, Felicia, Imelda, Nero, Jessica, and Sharon. A big round of applause for them. And of course, I would like to appreciate also our panel of judges here seated. A big round of applause for them, please.
Please,
thank you very much. Now, 12 students.
We're not like them. We can't walk like them. Something is wrong with us.
And now, let me introduce our first two contestants. And they are Jessica. A big round of applause for her. And Sharon. A big round of applause, please.
Stop this charade, this hypocrisy. For how long will this inhuman treatment last? 2 years ago, I brought 2 girls to register for this competition, and she was thrown out. I petitioned the organizers of this competition, and nothing happened. Last week, another girl was disgraced out of this competition. All the way from Port Harcourt, another girl was sent back home for just the simple reason that, just like me, she sits on a wheelchair. If you do not want us, simply because you live in a society which you think belongs to you alone, then why not kill us? Yes, kill all of us. Kill us at birth. Instead of this inhuman treatment that befits only dogs.
Mr. Man, you have made your point. You can go now.
Don't try to stop me, woman. Even if you have a heart of stone, you must sit there and you listen to me. I have a doctoral degree in agricultural engineering. I am jobless and immobile. But tell me, how can I move when your cars and buses are made for you alone? When you build your high-rise offices without elevators so that you can climb up and down with ease and permanently condemn us to our fate? When it takes me 30 minutes to cross from one side of the road to the other side, simply because your mad drivers will never stop for us. How? Just how? When people see everyone on the wheelchair as a beggar. Just while I was at the entrance, a man in this hall threw a 20 naira note at me. You know why? Because I was sitting on a wheelchair.
For 35 years of my entire life, I have asked God for one thing. One thing alone, that I may stand with two of my limbs just for 2 minutes.
I am still waiting. While we wait, this injustice must be addressed. Must! Because that is the worst in humanity. Man's inhumanity to man. Wickedness, the highest level.
Moderator, go ahead. We have lost enough time.
You have to take me down.
Jessica, where and when was Nelson Mandela born?
He was born on July 18, 1918 in South Africa.
Where in South Africa? I give you 5 out of 10 points.
On the Umbashe River, district of Umtata, in Transkei, South
He was
Africa.
born in the district of Umtata in Transkei, South Africa. The next question goes to you, Sharon. Name at least 4 environmental international agreements that Nigeria is a party to.
Nigeria is a party to the Biodiversity Agreement, the Certification Agreement, Hazardous Waste Agreement, and the Endangered Species Agreement.
Thank you very much. 10 points to Sharon. The next question is to you. Jessica?
Others are the Marine Life Conservation Agreement, the Law of the Sea Agreement, the Ozone Layer Protection Agreement, signed but not yet ratified.
What's wrong with her again?
You listen to the man on the wheelchair. It's heartbreaking. She answered all the questions being asked here correctly. Yet, she's holed up in this hotel room.
This is unfair, Uncle. This is not just right. Auntie Ade, did you watch me?
Oh yes, it was beautiful. Honestly, you were so breathtaking. I didn't believe you could answer those questions with so much ease. I'm proud of you, honey.
Thank you, Auntie. According to them, those questions were introduction to more difficult ones.
Tell me something.
I hope you can continue the run through the next stage. You know that's the knockout stage 2, the final 2.
By the special grace of God, I'll skate through it. I only need to read Ada.
Oh yes, you really need to read Ada.
Donald.
Yes, Sophie?
Are you okay, Doctor?
Yes, I am. Why?
Doctor, am I going to die soon?
Where did that thought come from?
I thought I saw you crying.
No, I wasn't crying. I've watched you, and you're improving tremendously by the day.
Dr. Donald, see me as a friend, okay? If you ever need someone to talk to, I'll be glad to be that person.
Okay then. But you have to catch some sleep. I'll see you in a bit.
Dr. Donald, don't worry. It's going to be alright. I've prayed for you.
What's going to be alright?
Whatever it is.
What is the meaning of this? Blackmail or something? Don't look at me like that. Someone saw you in the hall with that crazy man in the wheelchair just before he disgraced himself in the hall. Doctorate degree, my foot. My daughter has 2 doctorate degrees. And if you think you can blacken our names with such stupid, infuriating headlines, you have another thing coming. We are used to being slandered by the press, Dr. Donald. Why don't you think of something more original?
Mrs. Asamoto, can we start this meeting? You invited us here. First things first, offer us a cup of coffee.
Dr. Donald, this is a serious matter.
And who says you can't start a serious matter without a cup?
All right, doctor. Your coffee will come. But first, we need to get this whole issue sorted out. The St. Flairs Foundation and our innocent children do not deserve the credibility problem that your publication is bound to create.
Well, then do the right thing. Once you do the right thing, your credibility will be automatically restored.
We have done the right thing by asking you, Dr. Donald, to take that child back to Harcourt.
Well, in that case, this is just the beginning.
Madam, are you Dr. Donald?
I'm the mother of the child. On the date of the 2nd phase, I'm going to hold a press conference right at the entrance of this office. This injustice has to be probed by St. Flairs Foundation.
Madam, there will be no need for that. I mean, just take it easy. Calm down. Please, calm down.
This is my calmest moment. You deny a child of our right to academic participation and you're asking me to come.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, my dear. Where are the members of the panel?
They are in the conference room, 3rd floor.
I went through the Charter of Trust Agreement of 12th November 1967, establishing the St. Flairs Foundation. And there is no section of that charter that distinguishes between the academic rights of an able and a physically challenged child. None.
That may be so. But I tell you, in the charter establishing the Nigerian chapter of the foundation, there is. Oh yes, there is.
What do you know about the foundation?
Excuse me?
Nothing. You're just a docile member of a panel who has not even read the paragraph 8 of the charter.
Madam, I take exceptions to such allusion. I am the project coordinator here.
Whatever.
This out for me, please. Everything.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, my dear. What is your name?
Sophia Eromosele. If you don't mind, can I have a look at your Time magazine? Is it the current edition?
Yes, it is.
The edition that did an analysis on the American presidential election?
Yes, it is. You can have a look at it. Or rather, you can keep it. I'll buy another one.
Oh, thank you. I follow world politics a lot.
Oh, really?
African, European, and American politics.
I read. The foundation in the area of education and scholarship seeks to increase educational access and quality for the disadvantaged, educates new leaders, thinkers, then fosters knowledge and curricula that is supportive of inclusion, development, and civic life. This is the crux of the charter establishing the St. Flairs Foundation of France.
We are making you a generous offer of 200,000 naira. I mean, let this whole matter die down, go back home peacefully.
What is that?
I said a generous offer of 200,000 naira. Listen, Dr. Donald, not in your wildest imagination should you think for 1 minute that you can stop this competition. No way! 1 million of your blackmailing publications cannot stop this competition. So take the wise step. Be a gentleman. Pick up this money, get the child on board an aircraft, or if you like travel by road, take her back home. 200,000 naira to a poor doctor in some Rumubiakani village in Port Harcourt is a lot of money. By the way, the girl will need it for her drugs. So be wise.
So what can you tell me about, say, France?
From what I've read in some foreign magazines and heard in the news, I think I commend its efforts in the area of its being in the forefront of events to develop the European Union's military capabilities in order to supplement progress towards an EU foreign policy. Again, when the euro bills and coins were first introduced in January 2002, France was the first, on February 17th of the same year, to stop recognizing the French francs as legal tender.
How old are you, my dear?
13 in the next 6 months, ma'am.
So what are you doing sitting here alone?
I came with my family to see the members of the panel, but there was no elevator and I couldn't climb the
It's all right, my dear. I understand, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Madam, your job is ready.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Our position is this. And I already know what your position is. And I'm sick and tired of it. Now you listen to mine. My child is not in the least mentally handicapped. She answered all the questions you asked the 12 contestants correctly. She's sitting downstairs. You can call her up and repeat those questions.
Nobody is doubting that, madam. The problem is her being ineligible to contest, being handicapped physically and mentally.
Oh, shh! You upset me, Mr. Mama, when you refer to that kid as mentally handicapped. I can see that this discussion is leading us nowhere. Your standards for participation are your standards, not that of the foundation. The struggle continues.
Dr. Donald, this is not a struggle.
Mrs. Asemota, I'll be waiting for your next invitation. Let's go.
Oh, Mrs. Bamidele, welcome. I'm not disrupting anything. No. Everything has been sorted out.
Yes.
No, madam. Nothing has been sorted out.
So what is
Mrs. Bamidele?
what is Asemota? If you don't mind, the question is for Madam here.
Thank you very much. My name is Miss Ronnie Erumosele. I am the mother of the child you must have seen downstairs on a wheelchair.
Yes, I have met Sophia. Please go ahead.
Dr. Donald here, my daughter and I came all the way from Port Harcourt for the quiz competition. But this panel denied my daughter registration on the account that she is physically challenged.
And mentally.
Mentally?
Yes.
Did you say mentally? No. Look, the girl I met out there is more mentally alert than most of us in this room. The objective of the St. Flairs Foundation in initiating this competition is to reach out to intelligent and exceptionally brilliant children from every nook and cranny around the world. And, of course, recognize the rights of every child, whether physically challenged or not, to take part in competitions like this, as long as he or she is mentally fit to undergo the academic rigor the competition provides. Now, any other standard is a personal standard which does not conform to that of the St. Flair's Foundation of France.
Well, madam, you are very correct, except that the child in question has already missed the first stage of the competition. So
Justice remedies injustice and not time. I do not care if we have to start afresh, Mr. Silas. Now put her name down for the second phase of the competition immediately and give her every material provided for the purpose.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. What are her full names?
Hi, my name is Sharon. How about you?
I'm Sophia.
That's a beautiful name. And she must be the girl in the newspaper that was denied.
You read about it?
Yes, I did. And I felt it was very unfair of them. You should have been registered for the first place.
All is well that ends well. At least I'm here now. Thanks for your concern.
Have you been given the syllabus on the second phase?
Yes, I have. And with the little time I had, I tried to study it.
Contestants for the next phase, get ready, because we are ready to roll. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only fair that 2 questions in this segment be aimed at testing the contestants' knowledge of the activities of the major sponsors of this competition, the St. Flair's Foundation. The first question goes to you, Bimbo. Name 3 of the 7 members of the Board of Trustees of the St. Flair's Foundation.
The President, Jack, Jerome,
I gave you 4 points for getting the first name correctly. Bonus point goes to you, Sharon. 2 more names of any member of the board.
Andrew Jacquin, who is the president of the National Trust Historic Preservation, and Susan Philip.
8 points, correct. 8 points goes to Sharon. Thank you.
I think I've overstayed my welcome. Just...
The next question is for you, Imelda Orca. What is the weight of the Earth?
The Earth weighs 5,940 billion metric tons.
12 points for Imelda. The next question is for you,
To strengthen democratic values, to reduce poverty and injustice, to promote international cooperation, and to advance human achievement.
Yes, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the judges have submitted the results of the second phase of this exciting academic exercise. The third position goes to Jessica Benson with 48 points. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 contestants who will be a part of the third and final stage of this quiz competition are Sophia Eramasela with 58 points. And finally, Sharon Umar with 59 points. A big round of applause.
Take it easy.
I can't afford to lose now.
Of course I know, my dear. So, have you spoken to your friend yet?
No.
Why?
It's Mom. She said as contestants, we're not supposed to be friends. Auntie, I don't think that's fair.
Of course it's not.
I should be there for her. Even if she wins, I should be happy. And if I win, she should be happy for me too. That's what friendship should be all about.
You're very correct, my dear. Friendship is all about selflessness.
What should I do?
Don't ask Auntie Ade what you will do. Follow your mind, okay? Okay, so.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
I'm fine. And you? I've waited for your call.
I'm sorry. I should have called. But my mom objected. She said as opponents we are not supposed to be friends.
So, why did you call? Or has she changed her mind?
No. I asked Auntie Ade and she said I should go ahead, since friendship is all about selflessness.
She must be a nice person.
Yes, she is. She watched you on TV and said she likes you. I want you to meet her after the competition.
Well, if we don't leave for Patakat immediately after the competition, I'd like to.
Sophia, I wish you the best in this competition. Sophia. Sophia. Are you still there?
Yes, I am. I wish you the best too, Sarah. You are really a good friend.
Thank you. And take good care of yourself.
Okay. You too. Goodbye.
Bye.
That was good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to the grand finale of the St. Florence Foundation Quiz Competition. Our two distinguished finalists are Ms. Sharon Moore and Ms. Sophia Eromoselli. A big round of applause, please. Now, the syllabus for today is on Nigerian history, African history, world history, and a little bit of elementary computer. Each question answered correctly and completely carries 10 points. Now, your answers in this final phase, as opposed to the first and second phases, must be elaborate and narrative. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I would like to herald the event of the day. Contestants, are you ready for me? Good. I wish you all the best of luck. My very able and trusted panel of judges. The first question is to you, Ms. Sharon Umar. Briefly describe the major events in Nigeria between 1960 to July 1967.
Thank you. In October 1st, 1960, Nigeria became an independent nation. In February 1961, after the plebiscite, the Northern Cameroons voted to join the Nigerian Northern region, while the Southern Cameroons opted to join the formerly French-administered Cameroons. In 1962, the first national census was conducted, but was later repeated in 1963. In October 1st, 1963, Nigeria became a republic. In 1964, the first election solely conducted by Nigerians took place. In January 15, 1966, the first military coup led by Major Chukwuma Ozogu took place, while a counter coup led by some military officers sacked the regime of Agoyin Ironsi.
Correct! A big round of applause for Sharon. Brilliant. Now, Ms. Sophia Eromoselli, your question is, how did the country Nigeria and its name evolve?
The country Nigeria evolved from a political state that comprises of 250 to 400 ethnic groups of different cultural heritage. Starting from the completion of the British conquest in 1903 to the amalgamation of the northern and southern Nigeria into the colony and protectorate of Nigeria in 1914. Before this time, the name Nigeria was first derived from the Niger River by a British journalist, Flora Shaw, who later became the wife of the first colonial governor-general, Frederick Lord Lugard.
Excellent! Excellent! Beautiful, beautiful. Sophia, you are good. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're in for a good time here today. The next question is for you, Sharon. Who was the first Governor General of Nigeria and how?
The first Governor General of Nigeria was Frederick Lord Lugard. He joined the Royal Niger Company in 1894. In 1912, he returned to Nigeria from Hong Kong, and 2 years later, on the eve of the World War I, in 1914, he was made the Governor General of Nigeria, made from the Southern and Northern Protectorates.
Correct answer! Correct answer! Round of applause, please. Sophia, the question. One of Nigeria's major natural resources is oil. How was it first discovered?
The search began in 1908 but was abandoned a few years later. Then in 1937, it was revived by Shell Petroleum and British Petroleum. In 1946, exploration was intensified. In 1956, the first commercial quantity was discovered in Olobiri in the Niger Delta state. And in 1958, the exportation of Nigerian oil started as a facility constructed in Port Harcourt.
Round of applause for Sophia, ladies and gentlemen. Battle of the Titans. No retreat, no surrender. Some of us don't know what these kids are teaching us here today. Sharon, the question. How was the Hausa Fulani Caliphate?
In the 16th and 17th centuries, they also had no common king or ruler. But Kano, which was the most powerful of states, controlled much of it. The Fulani, led by Usman Dan Fodio, successfully challenged the Hausa state and set up the Hausa and Fulani Caliphate with headquarters in Sokoto. The Caliphate therefore had command over a broad area from Katsina far north to Ilorin across the river Niger.
And now, Sophia, when and why was North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also known as NATO, established, and who?
Mr. Moderator, I am afraid she cannot go on. We saw this coming and we tried to avoid it.
Somebody get the bottle of water. Somebody get the bottle of water.
But members of the press and some mischievous people prevented us from doing so. She must be disqualified and the prize given to Sharon.
Immediately.
Can you answer the question?
Yes. Yes. NATO was established in April 4th, 1949, as a countermeasure during the Cold War against the Soviet Union and its allies. The members were Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Norway, Great Britain, Portugal, and the US, with its headquarters in Brussels.
Correct answer! Correct! A big round of applause. Now on to Sharon. What was the major political aftermath of World War II?
The major political aftermath was the major political
Your time is almost done.
Damn it! These questions are too hard for this.
And now,
how do they expect them
over
to get
to
it
you.
right?
Bonus question for you, Sophia. What
I said,
was the major political
get me coffee on the line. Get me coffee, not coffee. Damn it.
The major political aftermath of World War II was a Cold War between the Western powers, led by the United States of America, and the Communist bloc nations, led by the USSR. The Cold War was a term used to describe the struggle for strength, power, and prestige between the Western powers and the communist bloc from World War II up to 1989.
Excellent answer!
No way. This girl is happy for this competition.
Now,
I said I don't want anything.
give a short account of 1983 and 1985 military coup.
And where is the
In
copy?
December 1983, a former military governor of the Northeast States, a federal commissioner for petroleum and mines, and a commander of the 3rd Armored Division, JOS, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, deposed the civilian government of Alhaji Shehu Shagari and took over as military head of state. In August 1985, a group of officers led by a man from Guam in the United States, a member of the Supreme Military Council under Murtala Mohammed, Olusegun Obasanjo, and Buhari regimes, who was also involved in the 1975 and 1983 coups, took over in a palace coup. His name was Ibrahim Babangida Badamasi.
You are unlockable, kid. And I promise I'll stand by you always.
Don't worry, Dr. Donald. God sees your heart. Thank you. Don't worry. You'll have a child soon.
Now, Sharon, you must get this next question right. Otherwise, you're out of this competition. Explain Islam and its origin.
The term Islam means submission to God. Therefore, one who submits is a Muslim. The origin dates back to Muhammad, the prophet, a prosperous merchant in the town of Mecca in Arabia. In AD 610, he began to preach the first series of revelation granted him by God, Allah. He died in AD 632.
Correct. A big round of applause. Wow. Now, Sophie, your question is also on religion. What is the concept of Islam and what followed after the death of Muhammad in AD 632? The time is running out. Your time is up. The bonus question goes to you.
The concept of guardian angels, the judgment day, and the resurrection and eternal life of the soul. After the followers compiled his words, which were regarded as coming directly from God, which is known as the Holy Book of Islam, the Quran.
Correct answer. Ladies and gentlemen, will this ever come to an end? Both contestants are level on points, and we have one more question for each of them on this segment. Next question, your last question, Sharon, is describe the extent of Usman Dan Fodio's jihad and compare it with the French Revolution.
Usman Dan Fodio's jihad extended far beyond Nigeria's borders and resulted in the foundation laid down for Islamic states in Senegal, Mali, Ivory Coast, Chad, Central African Republic, and Sudan. In comparison, whereas the French Revolution in terms of impact affected the course of European history in the 19th century, the Sokoto Jihad affected the course of history throughout Savannah in Senegal to the Red Sea.
Correct. Mention one of the reasons that caused the collapse of the Oyo Empire.
Britain and France were the major exporters of slaves from the port of Oyo to the Americas. However, the House of Parliament in London enacted a legislation in 1807 prohibiting British subjects from participating in the slave trade, and this affected the Oyo Empire, thereby causing its eventual collapse.
A big round of Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we really have a deadlock. At the last count, Sharon has 28 points, while Sophia has 27. However, the rule for the final phase states that the winner must win with at least 5 points over and above her opponent. In that case, we're going to take a short break, and we shall be back in the next 10 minutes. Thank you.
The competition proper is ended.
My name is Dr. Yvonne Omo.
Is that the economist?
Exactly.
Oh, your husband is an achiever. It is such a pleasure. My name is Mrs. Asemotan. What can I do for you?
Actually, one of the contestants is my daughter.
One of the contestants? Which one?
Obviously not the crippled. Her name is Sharon.
Oh, that amazing little girl! Obviously, like father, like daughter. That girl is poised for excellence.
She's also like mother too. Anyway, thanks for the compliment, Mrs.
You're welcome.
I read in the papers about your running battle with the parents of the crippled. I want to agree with your position that the competition should be for only the physically fit.
I am so glad that someone does agree with our position. But unfortunately, the St. Flairs Foundation rules otherwise.
The St. Flairs Foundation. We should be more concerned about the image of the country, which the present administration is trying to polish to the outside world.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand you.
If peradventure, the crippled child emerges as the winner of the competition, then it means that during the international competition, which will be held in Paris, while other representatives stand out, it will then be said that the most intelligent child in Nigeria is a cripple. It will be a big slap on the face of your children, my children, and not on the face of the St. Flairs Foundation.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I must assure you is that a winner must emerge. During the short break, both contestants were given a 3-page handout on elementary computer from which questions will be asked. Now, the essence is to test the rate of their assimilation within a very short period of time. This is to you, Sharon. The two subsystems of a computer are the hardware and software. What are their components?
The hardware has the central processing unit, which includes the memory, the arithmetic and logical control unit, the peripheral monitors, printer, mouse, CD-ROM, etc. The software has the system software, the application software, and the user software.
Correct. A big round of applause. Sophia, what is a motherboard? And list 5 major components of a motherboard.
The motherboard is the foundation upon which the major components of the computer are plugged. That's it.
What are the 5 components?
The processor, CPU, the coprocessor, the RAM module, the BIOS chip, and the CMOS battery.
That's correct. A big round of applause, please. Well, beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time that will determine the winner of this competition. The time for me to use my wild card. Well, the wild card questions are drawn from last year's competition manual, for which I understand have been given to both contestants, and it carries 10 points each.
Okay? And it will go with the golden rule, which means if contestant A answers the question correctly and B fails, then automatically A has won the competition. And on the other hand, if A fails and B gets the question correctly, then B, in answering the bonus points, which also carries 10 points, has won the competition and will have no need to answer her wildcard question. Is that understood? Sophia has question number 3, and Sharon has question number 5. The first question goes to Sophia. What were the roles that Chief Anthony Enahoro played in Nigeria between 1950 and 1956?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
The question was not in the booklet given to me, sir. Most of the pages were torn out. I called the attention of a member of the panel, but I was told it didn't matter.
Sophia, we have our reputation to maintain here. Not a single page of the booklet that was given to you was torn. Now, I do understand that you are under a lot of stress.
I agree with you, Auntie. Maybe it's the stress.
Sophia? Well, I'm sorry if you cannot answer the question. Sharon, answer the question, the bonus question, if you can. And if you can't, then you'll have to take your wildcard question. Don't you want to answer the question?
I'll answer the question.
So go ahead.
In 1950, Chief Anthony Enahoro and Otto Prest formed the Midwest Party. In 1951, he was elected to the Western House of Assembly and later to the Federal House of Representatives. In March 1953, Chief Enahoro, then 29 years of age, moved a motion in the Federal House requesting the House to endorse as a primary political objective the attainment of self-government for Nigeria in 1956.
That's correct, Ladies and gentlemen, it is all over. Now, after a very excruciating day, the winner of this year's St. Flair's Foundation Secondary School Quiz Competition with 52 points is Miss Sharon Umar. Trailing from behind with 47 points is Sophia Eromosele. A round of applause for her too. We would like to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. We'd also like to thank 11 contestants that fell by the wayside. A big round of applause for our panel of judges. Now, the prize giving and award ceremony will be coming up in 2 days' time. We would like to use this opportunity to invite all of you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yes.
If what I'm saying in these papers are true, then I am disassociating myself from this charade. You will receive my resignation tomorrow. I will not be associated with this fraud.
What you see is sometimes, Mr. Moderator, is not always the true position of things.
You have not heard the last of me. That's a promise.
That's all right. I will take over from here.
Why are you not eating, Sharon, dear?
I'm not hungry. I lost my appetite.
Today of all days?
It happens sometimes, Dad.
Then take some fruit juice, it will help.
I'm okay. I don't want it.
Oh, you're not happy I came to celebrate with you? You're not to worry.
It's the girl that lost to her. She's not happy about it, but she'll get over it. She said that the girl told her that she'll seek medical care abroad with the prize money if she wins. But unfortunately, she lost.
But they said there's this consolation prize of 500,000, $500,000.
But that can't even take care of their flight ticket. I don't mind giving her my prize money. After all, we do not need it. Moreover, she didn't lose...
Moreover what?
She didn't lose poorly. She fought so hard.
I know you. Your dress at the first day of the competition inspired me a lot.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. That address caused the organizers to keep me away from coming to cheer you up at the competition. Then I prayed for you, and I got in touch with your uncle a couple of times.
He told me, I hope I did not disappoint you.
On the contrary, I'm proud of you.
But I didn't win.
Don't say that, Sophia. That's why I'm here. I don't associate with losers. And that's why I'm here to congratulate you.
How did I win?
Did you look around you that day? Do you think those physically challenged children will have been there if you didn't win their hearts? Sophia, for the first time, you gave us a voice. You gave us a pedestal on which to articulate our position and fight. And that is much more than the prized money. And I want to tell you that we are proud of you.
Really? Really? I did see it that way.
Congratulations. And as long as you continue to be focused, the sky is the limit.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Feel free.
My name is Dara. I've also come from the school of the physical challenge children of Akokayaba. I knew it could be difficult coming, so I came very early in the morning. I also told them we were friends.
Of course you're my friend. I'm glad you made it.
At this juncture, I would like to give a warm, heartfelt thanks to the St. Flairs Foundation, the funders of this competition annually. And we are very honored to have with us a representative and the chief coordinator of this competition with us today, Mrs. Bamidele from the St. Flairs Foundation of France. Mrs. Bamidele is going to give out the award to not only the winner but also to the runner-up of this year's competition. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm round of applause to the runner-up of this year's competition, Sophia Eremosele.
Have we truly come of age? I know we're still learning the ropes, but very soon we'll get it right. On behalf of St. Flairs Foundation of France, I am pleased and indeed honored to present you with this consolation prize of 500,000 Naira. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are going to also be given the opportunity to come over to Paris as an observer of the competition, which will be taking place next month. Well done, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Sophia, do you have anything to say?
No.
Okay, my dear, thank you.
You gave us a voice. You gave us a pedestal on which to articulate our position and fight.
Here, take the mic. Speak.
Wow. First of all, let me thank God Almighty, who alone sustained me all through this competition. To my friend, a truly good friend, Sharon, I gratefully say thank you. Mrs. Bamidele, I feel honored to call you my friend too, because without you, I would have been in Port Harcourt by now. Thank you so much. To my mom, I love you. And to my guardian, Dr. Donald, you are God sent. And finally, to friends who has given me the strength and courage to stand here today, thank you. I came into this hall today dejected and unhappy. Now, I'm happy. Not because of the consolation prizes, not because of the trip to France, but because we have won today. Who will ever imagine that a group of physically challenged kids would be allowed on an occasion like this to sit with dignitaries? Their place has always been the entrance, begging for alms, but today they are clapping, smiling. I look at their faces and I say, we have won today. Food and drinks have also been served to everybody in this hall, and the rejected of the society who sit in the same hall and eat with dignitaries. Before now, the mere sight of a physically challenged child would have made some of you here lose your appetites. But today, we have won. This occasion is beamed on television across all the nations of the world, and a girl on a wheelchair is receiving an award for excellence in a country where the only time she appears on TV is when some charity groups visit to give her bags of rice and salt in what you refer to as disabled homes. A place we have been confined to live and die. But today, we have won. Yet today, I have a dream for those of you who see no future for the physically challenged child. Just like Dr. Martin Luther King had for America in his August 28, 1963 address in Washington, D.C. A dream that has come to pass in the person of Barack Obama 45 years after. I have a dream that a day like this will never end for the physically challenged child. I have a dream that the right to participate for a physically challenged child will never, ever again be contested on the pages of newspapers. I have a dream that a day will come in my time where the contents of my brain will be weighed over and above my wheelchair and lifeless legs. I have a dream that a day will come in my country where physically challenged children like me can be seen in 3rd, 4th, and 5th floors of high-rise buildings because the facilities that can accommodate our wheelchairs have been put in place. I have a dream that a day will come in this competition where the good kids and the bad ones like us will sit in front of a moderator and answer questions as equals. Then, and only then, can we raise our shoulders high and say we have come of age. The physically challenged child is eagerly waiting with hope for that day. And oh my God, as sure as the sun by day and moon by night, that day will surely come. Oh yes, it will come. I will live to see that day. It will come in my time. I prophesy to you today, ladies and gentlemen, that on that day, the physically challenged children who raise their voices across all the nations of the world and no more sing the old song of the African American, we shall overcome someday. No. They will sing a new song of victory. We have overcome. We have overcome. We have overcome. Until then, nothing has come of age. Thank you. Thank you.
It's magic.
No!
We shall
for that day. Now to the business of the day. We have had many unique moments in this competition, but one absolutely unique thing about today is that our winner is only 12 years old. When I met the mother, I said to her, "Your daughter is absolutely amazing." It gives me the greatest pleasure to call again on Mrs. Bamidele to present the award to this year's winner of the St. Flairs Foundation National Competition, Sharon Umar. As I sat in my office on the final day of the contest, I was asking myself if it was real that a 12-year-old girl could be this brilliant. Sharon, I am so elated and honored to present you with this award and a check of 1 million naira. Thank you so much. In addition, you will have a scholarship at the University of Thank you so much. Thank you. To crown it all, Sharon, you have an all-expense-paid trip to Paris, France, to represent this country in the next International St. Flairs competition coming up next month. Congratulations once again, my dear. Do you have anything to say?
Yes, I have a few words to say. I want to thank you all for being here today. I feel greatly honored by your presence. For 3 months, I have hoped for a moment like this. Can I have Sophia come up here? I want her to share this moment with me. She deserves it. Just like Sophia here, I had my dreams. My dream was to win this honorable prize for me, for my family, and for posterity. My dream was to win by excellence. Unfortunately and sadly enough, I did not. My friend here does. She is good. She was honest to the last minute. I owe my respect to her. She knew I didn't win it, but she allowed it for my sake anyway. Thank you, Sophia, for giving me the opportunity to own up. Mrs. Bamidele, I don't want to go into details, but I will if you challenge my decision. I have a dream that I shall win unaided, and until that day, I want to present this award to Miss Sophia. Please take it. You deserve it. I deserve the consolation prize or even nothing.
What will Mr. President say?
We do not intend to contest your decision, Miss Sharon.
What a disgrace.
For the St. Flairs Foundation, being an internationally recognized organization, will do what it has to do. But let me seize this opportunity to commend your courage and sincerity. Sharon and Sophia, you are actually the champions of our time. We need more people like you. And on behalf of the St. Flairs Foundation, I would like to say a very big thank you to all of you for coming. Thank you so much.
It's a miracle. Talk to me. Another miracle. Talk to me.
Hey, that was a really good show. I'm very proud of both of you.
Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah.
We didn't see you today in the...
Oh, I was there. I saw you both. I just decided to come and watch today, you know.
Uncle, you didn't like what you discovered on the last day of the quiz, so you stayed away.
So you knew?
Yes, I did. I was watching the day you confronted Mrs. Sasamuta.
Oh my God.
I mean, what am I going to do?
Madam.
Yes, Silas.
Mrs. Bamidele would like to see all members of the panel immediately.
Tell her that I'll be with you shortly.
She says it is urgent.
Dad, this is my friend Sophia, and this is Dr. Donald and our mom.
Ronnie!
Dr. Mo.
You two know each other from somewhere?
Way back in days.
Excuse me. Sophia is your daughter.
And that makes her your friend's daughter too.
Oh my God. So Sophia is my Franklin's daughter.
Please, we are waiting. Let's have this discussion later. Please, be very careful. I don't want you to get too excited.
Let's go in and have dinner first.
Thank you.
Ben, please, can I see you for a second? Please, you must listen to me.
There is no need for explanation. There is enough blame to go around everybody. Okay?
What is this, madam? I mean, the carton. I think you wanted to see me.
The carton. I believe it was the most honorable thing to do, given the circumstances. I was asked to do what I had to do.
And what was that?
I have handed in my resignation to the CEO this morning.
What? What?
Have you seen the newspapers?
Must they rub it in?
God works in mysterious ways. Who would think that all of us will ever be sitting on one table eating as one family?
Well, that's why he's God.
Sophia, I want you to know that my house is home to you too.
Okay, thank you, Uncle.
Why don't you take Sophia to your room? We want to have some adult discussion.
Okay, Mom. Sophia, bring a fruit juice.
The past few hours have been hectic for my family. It is sad to know that my friend never knew he had a very intelligent girl at Sophia. After a very extensive phone discussion with my Franklin, who had since relocated to the UK with his children after he lost his wife, we concluded that things should remain the way they are, at least for the time being, for the sake of the children, until when they are old enough to understand this jigsaw.
I guess God has a way he plans his things. I've had the same discussion with Ronnie, and we share the same view. Sophia shouldn't be allowed to see her father yet until she's old enough to handle such contradictions.
Thank you.
It's a miracle, yeah.
Dr. Madam.
Talk to me. Another miracle. Talk to me. Talk to me.
What's this?
Talk to me. There was a woman. She had an issue of blood.
No. It's okay. After 7 years of marriage, you're pregnant. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this.
It's God's way of paying you back for what you did for Sophie and her mother.
I made 3 requests to God in this order: a child for your family, the restoration of my health, and the winning of this competition. What What more can I ask from you? Supernatural Father in heaven, the master creator of the whole universe, the one who from the beginning already knows the end.
We will climb the highest mountain, no matter how tall it may be. We will swing